Alrighty, so we've got our next topic, and they say Coach Saban is going to be the co-chair of President Trump's commission for NIL. What will it do exactly for those who don't know?
You're asking me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, it'll create a process, more systematic rules, and a process for making sense of this lunacy that the NCAA has created. I mean, I think the NCAA is done. I think they're done. I think they as a governing organization of college sports is over. I mean, they've ruined the sport, and hopefully somebody. I'm pretty sure. I mean, if Trump cuts him loose, Nick Saban will fix it. Guy's smart as a whip. I mean, he understands. I mean, you need somebody like him that's old school, and where kids had to sit out a year and you didn't, pay them and all this other kind of stuff to where it is now. You need somebody that's both generations. I mean, maybe three generations, because slowly over time it's gotten a little, over time it's gotten more lunatic and the money has gotten ridiculous. So, yeah, I think Coach Saban would be the best guy, because he's watched it and experienced it and coached in it. I mean, he's one that's coached, you know, 70s, 80s, 90s. I mean, the last 40 years. I mean, the guy has spent his life trying to get a grasp of all of this. And then of late, it's just gone, crazy. And I'm going to tell you, Jack, all right, I listened to an interview with Charles Barkley, and they were asking him if he would donate a certain amount, whatever money, because he was talking. He donated. Charles is, I mean, he donates a lot of money to causes and things. He does a lot of things that people don't really realize. Very, very good character guy. And talking about, they were asking about donating to the NIL fund for Auburn University, support the university, whatever. And I mean, he was basically, no, why would I? So what am I going to receive in return for my investment? I donate to, this organization. The proof's in the pudding. All right. So I made this money. What do I see that has evolved from this and has generated, good and progress and things of that nature? So I'm going to donate, this amount of money for their NIL program. And 6 months later, the guy's transferred out. Why would I want to donate millions of dollars, thousands of dollars, and next thing you know, they're gone? And he was saying, these guys, 6 months. He said, even in, NBA, Major League Baseball, NFL, you can't, you're not 6 months, free contract, free agent every 6 months. I mean, that's what it's turned into. I mean, even he is like, why would I want to donate money to this? There's no guarantee. There's no return on my investment. And so hopefully somebody like Coach Saban and even Donald Trump, who is a big sports fan, huge sports fan, even he sees, I mean, this is lunacy. So the NCAA is done. It's going to come down to they need to get away with, well, that's for another, I won't go off on that tangent, but yeah.
Well, and for those that don't know about like President Donald Trump being involved in the world of sports, he was involved in competing against the NFL in the 80s.
USFL, yeah.
Yeah.
New Jersey Generals, Herschel Walker.
And he won the lawsuit, but it was $1. It's like,
yeah.
Okay. But then he talked about on the Clay Travis show on Outkick in 2020, where he said that he was like the reason why like the Big Ten brought back the 2020 season. And we know that he went to the Alabama Georgia game for 2024 last season. He was at Alabama, LSU. Like, okay, I'm beginning to wonder who your team really is. Like, but anyway, but
Well, I mean, he's a purist. I mean, he's old school. I mean, he's like me, old school, and you don't want to. To me, I all of us old, all right, young. They don't know the way it was. They hear, but they didn't experience it. I played college football, so I understand. And so, all of those of us that are older and were part of the system,
yeah,
and Donald Trump was an owner. Coach Saban is a coach, and so we know. Obviously, the NCAA screwed up way back when. And I mean, name, image, likeness, when they were doing the little gamers, what was that little game E? And the whatever they were using, the players' numbers and logos and the university's helmets and stuff like that, and were profiting off the image of the university, profiting off the jerseys and the helmets and all this other kind of stuff. So the NCAA could have came in and said, no, stop, we're not doing that. You cannot use you cannot use Nebraska's logo, Auburn's logo, Georgia's logo, all that kind of stuff. They didn't do that.
well, and Ben agrees with your point about the NCAA being weak. Zero power now. If they drop the hammer on Michigan, for instance, might give them a little respect again, but they won't. LOL.
They're done.
That's right. Pet Snipe Husker says Trump was unanimously voted down in his attempt to buy Baltimore IIRC. They bought the USFL jersey team, led the USFL owners to move to a fall schedule just as spring ball was taken off. I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean,
I don't think you were going to make the USFL like the Nets AFL, but I mean,
yeah, and I agree. I agree with what they're saying or what that is saying. But the guy he's a purist. He's a sports guy. He doesn't want to see. I mean, like all of us. Come on, there's nobody. I don't know any sane mind. I mean, other than the players, all the players love it, and the families of the player, and the agents, and the lawyers. They all love it. That kind of stuff. But for the rest of us, which is 99% of us, we see it as, I mean, it's just doomsday. They're blowing it up. It's going to ruin it. And so these guys, now it's headed down, creeping down into high school sports. I mean, it's just, I mean, it's incredible.
well,
I get a headache thinking about it. And it's like you're thinking and you're like, okay, common sense should prevail, but it hasn't yet. It hasn't.
Well, we have this article from Brad Crawford. Shout out to Brad Crawford at 247 Sports, a very good friend of the Voice College Football Network. We saw him today on 247 Sports as a guest on with Smoke Ditson and friends. Anyway, he talks about how Nick Saban and Texas billionaire businessman Cody Campbell have been chosen to co-chair President Trump's Commission on College Athletics. Now, Coach Saban, cool, but because he's our guy. But Cody Campbell, I kind of need a read on this guy. Like,
I'm gonna have to study more on that and get the. But I'll go with Trump's instincts. Evidently, the guy is not a fan. Evidently, this guy, what's his name?
Cody Campbell.
Out of Texas.
Uh-huh.
Evidently, he's not a fan of what's happening because I mean, obviously, if he's a fan of Texas or Texas A&M or SMU or Texas Tech, whoever he's a fan of knows that this is doomsday. It doesn't take a guy that has a high school education or a guy that has $1 billion or a PhD at Harvard to understand this is doomsday. It's not going to work.
Well, and Brad Crawford has these 4 suggestions where he says in the spring transfer window,
Amen.
Set the NIL revenue boundaries.
Yeah.
Enforce the tampering. Couldn't agree more.
Wait. Tampering. What does he mean by
Imports
that?
tampering.
Tampering. All right, backstabbing each other. I guess that's what he
Mhm.
means. Okay, I agree.
And finally, enact transfer eligibility restrictions.
Yeah, exactly. Sit out a year. 6 months and you gone? Yeah, ask Charles Barkley. Hey, Trump, put Charles Barkley, put Shaq with Coach Saban, put them on that committee, along with the guy from Texas. I mean, that guy in Texas knows he's a billionaire, evidently. I mean, he's having to pony up money, and he's sitting there thinking, nobody wants to waste money. You're putting all this money out there for somebody that's going to be gone in 6 months? Duh. Common sense.
We'll definitely wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know the outcome of it, but like that, it's like we don't
I'm going
know.
to tell you the outcome, Jack. The outcome is doomsday.
Hmm.
Nobody's going to watch. They're going to create a model that nobody's going to watch. Nobody's going to care.
Okay.
You invest your love to somebody that's loyal to your program. All right? You invest your love for somebody that's loyal to the program. You're not going to whatever some guy's going to pop in, pop out. Who cares? I don't give a flip about it. Why do I want to spend all this money? Because, I mean, now I've told you a couple of weeks ago, now the university is going to have, ticket prices are going to have to go up to pay to these players, compensate them not only for now you're going to have to compensate not only for football, basketball, tennis, golf, gymnastics, swimming, track. Shall we keep going? Fencing.
Yeah.
Volleyball.
But we'll have to see whether this NIL commission can fix everything that's going on. And
If it ever gets created.
yeah, because I mean, you have to get things passed by Congress, then you have to get things
Mhm.
passed by the Senate. Because of course there are the three branches of government: the executive branch, the judicial branch, and the legislative branch. So there's
Well, now, the NCAA now has crossed over into, I mean, a different tax bracket. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? They're definitely not nonprofit and tax exempt and all this other kind of crap. So now they're entering realms of taxation. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, we will definitely wait and see what happens.